my favorite fabric stores in Toronto is Riverside Fabrics. They carry so many different fabrics, but maybe one of my favorite things they carry are these adorable little animal prints from Family Fabrics. It's a European brand. I think they're printed and or designed in the Netherlands, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, I got this fabric, the hedgehog one, for Christmas, and I was excited to sew something up with it. How cute is that? I decided to use a pattern that was already in my stash for this project. I wanted a layering piece to go under sweaters and things. I think I got this pattern in 2016, around then, when it was a newer pattern. And so my pattern was really beat up. I had to trace it onto Swedish tracing paper so that it wasn't falling apart. And then I laid the pattern pieces out onto the fabric so I could cut them out. I'm just using normal fabric scissors for this. I know a lot of people are fans of rotary cutters, but I'm kind of too lazy / cheap to buy a replacement blade for ours, so it's not really feasible to cut with. And those are all the pieces. Okay, this on this Lululemon tag is clear elastic, and you use this to stabilize the shoulder seams so that they don't stretch out, because it's a place that gets a lot of stress actually. Then you put, with the right sides together, the front into the back pieces. I'm using these little, I think some people call them wonder clips. They're little clothespins for your fabric instead of pins, so that you're not creating pinholes. In this clip, I'm sewing those shoulder seams together. I don't think you can see, but I have a lightning stitch on my machine because it allows the thread to stretch while still being really strong. And then I am trimming the seam allowance. Because this fabric is light colored and also there's clear elastic on there, I'm using a press cloth before I press it. I don't want to melt anything. And then I'm taking a second step to press the seam allowance open. Next, you make the neckband, and this is really easy to make. You just take the long, skinny, rectangular piece and sew the short edges together. As you can see, I've done that. And then you take it over to the iron and fold it with the wrong sides together. You should end up with something like this. Here I am attaching the neckband to the neck hole of the shirt. I'm trying to pull the neckband and not the shirt. The neckband is the top piece that I'm pulling, and that will give you the best result. Right now I'm just doing a basting stitch because I didn't know how the length of the neckband would work with my fabric. As you can see, it's standing away from the body a little bit. I was worried that that would not look nice on, so I unpicked it and shortened the neckband. Let me know if you've made jersey tops, if you think that was a good idea. I think it looks nicer. It's laying a bit flatter to the body, but there are some kind of, I don't know what you call those, wrinkles at the front of the neckline. I thought they might go away, and after I pressed it in this clip, you can see it did get better. They never went away completely though, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. I think I just accidentally pulled the main fabric a little bit while it was being fed through the machine. Anyway, in this clip, I'm attaching the sleeves. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm attaching the sleeves to the shirt. These sleeves are done in the flat, so you sew the sleeves before the side seams. And again, I'm just using a lightning stitch. Fun fact, lightning stitches are really hard to rip out. So if it's the first time you've made a top or a jersey top, I would not recommend using it because it is actually the worst. I lengthen mine actually. I make it a little bit longer just in case I have to rip it out. And it makes the needle move really fast because it has so many little stitches to do. And again, same step as always, trimming the seam allowance. Jersey fabric doesn't fray, so I don't do any fancy seam finishes. I don't even zigzag. For that reason, jersey tops are super nice, quick projects. And now it's time to sew the side seams. And then it's time to press the side seams. I, at this point in the process, had stopped using a press cloth. My fabric was fine. There's no elastic in there or anything. The biggest worry really is that your iron is going to spew kind of like rust or some sort of gross calcium deposit onto your fabric and stain it, because that can happen and has happened to me. I guess I was just feeling confident that it wouldn't. Maybe feeling a bit careless too. And then I'm pressing them open. Pressing them open just makes them lay a bit flatter and it's a bit more of an appealing look. While I was sewing this top, I actually got distracted by something I saw online. Here it is. It was such cute fabric. Also from Riverside Fabrics, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make a shirt in that. So I decided to make a men's shirt, actually, the Thread Theory Strathcona, and I cut out all my pieces. Most of the steps for this shirt are the same. They attach the clear elastic to the shoulders while you're sewing the seams, so it was a bit quicker, but you make the neckband the same way. I basted the edges closed with a zigzag what I'm doing here. And then I got it to the same point the other one was, and I decided to break out my twin needle. That's what this double needle is. You stitch, this is just a test swatch by the way, not my actual shirt. You stitch and it makes 2 parallel lines of stitching and a zigzag on the back. I had to adjust my tension a little bit. This is a bit loose, but I think I got it in the end. I realize this is a bad shot, my bad. But the beauty of a twin needle is that it looks super professional, as you can see, and it still stretches. So I did that for all of the neck bands and the hems of the sleeves and the bottom hem. While I was doing one of the neck bands, the bobbin thread actually ended up pulling the needle plate out because it had run out of thread. And I ended up with a bent needle. Luckily I had another one, but I thought I would include that in here. Now it's time for the reveal. So here it is, quite a fitted shirt. There's some pulling lines under the armpits. I think it's a fit issue. I think the armpits are the armholes are a bit high. Maybe the shoulders could be a bit broader. Since it's a knit, it doesn't really matter though. And I really like this outfit pairing. Here's the penguin shirt, equally cute, equally adorable. I think it's really funny to wear a shirt with penguins in toques in the summer or springtime. There's just something ironic and funny about that to me. So what do you think? Cutest fabric in the world? Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more sewing videos.